Okay, there is a trend going on TikTok where people are literally just talking about how they've grown up and what they did to glow up. And Jackie and I made a video about not being around people who genuinely do not like you. And I couldn't agree with that woman. Ate that point up. There was a situation that happened to me a couple weeks ago, and it left me completely confused because I was in a position where I found myself constantly having to explain myself to groups of people that I thought were my friends, right? If we are friends, I should not have to explain myself. You should naturally understand the values, the standards, and principles I operate out of so you know why I'm usually doing what I'm doing. But anyways, situation happened. It was weird as fuck. It was a series of weird ass actions that I just couldn't comprehend. Luckily, I had other people that are close to me that was there, so they got to just observe the entire situation. One of them hit me up like a couple weeks ago and was like, bro, are you sure them people your friends? Because the way them situations was going was so weird. So weird. I was already thinking it, but to know that somebody else saw that was actually crazy. And this is when I'm starting to realize all friendships are not created equally. And some people genuinely are not your friends. They just want access to you and they just want proximity to you. Because the people who are genuinely my friend, I never have to explain myself to them. Why am I doing what I'm doing? You already understand because you already know how I think, how I move. 9 out of 10, our principles are somewhat aligned. And I'm just making this video to let y'all know, stop hanging around people with you who genuinely don't like you. How do you know you're around people who genuinely don't like you? You constantly have to explain yourself to them. They're constantly judging you based off how you operate. Those are not your friends. Those are not your friends. Those are not your friends. And as women, a lot of us be cool with other women who genuinely do not like us. A lot of jealousy, a lot of projection, secret animosity runs rampage amongst women in our friendship. And I'm at the point where I'm just falling back on everybody because the minute you show me one weird ass energy, I'm cutting you off. I'm not engaging. I'm not explaining. I don't even want to explain. Because the whole thing with explaining means you don't have the awareness to even know your own behavior. And one thing I have zero tolerance for is any kind of weirdness. Take it to your tribe. Take it to the community of people who support this behavior. So by the way, stop being friends with weird people. If you feel the need to constantly having to explain yourself to people, they're not part of your tribe, babes. You need to find a new one. Don't hate the messenger. Okay? I'm just bringing the message.